It's one thing to suffer, it's another thing to suffer beautifully. It's a mystery. Because as I walk through life, as I pastor, as I observe, I realize that we all have this thing that we deal with, this issue of suffering. If you like today, why do bad things happen to good people? Now please hear me, suffering is relative. Because what blesses one person may bury the other. Everybody's suffering. Maybe when you talk about your suffering, somebody will laugh. Because for somebody, your suffering is no husband. To another person, your suffering. I know that there is not one of us here today or listening to me who at some time, at some place, at some season in your life have not had to grapple with a kind of suffering in your life. Somebody listening to me right now, it looks like you are going through a private hell. A hell that your makeup just doesn't allow people to know. That is why I tell you that anytime you come to church, please, underneath our makeups, our haircuts, our cologne, our dressing, people are suffering, but because we haven't trained ourselves and our ears to hear the language of suffering, we don't get it. People are not okay. The sad reality is that the church is the only hospital that sick people go to pretend they are well. People are going through their private thing. They are walking their lonesome valley. Some have eaten carpet all night in tears before they came. People look at you and you look very okay, but you alone know that you are going to walk out of here and go home and your bed becomes a swimming pool. And you are asking God, why am I suffering like this? Some of us are going through grief, a sense of loss, setback. Sometimes it looks like one thing after the other. You kill one trouble, 7 troubles come to the funeral. And you look at the promises that God has given to you and you wonder, God, did you give me these promises to mock me? You've wondered. And some have even resigned themselves that maybe that is what life has to deal me, has got to deal me. Ask, why me, Lord? Why? Lord, when? Lord, what? I'm not a bad person. I've served you in sincerity of heart. I've done better than most who seem to be enjoying. But I want us to consider 3 things about suffering. Number 1, we are going to look at why is there suffering in the world? Why is there so much suffering in the world? Number 2, why does God allow suffering? Why does he allow it? And number 3, what should be my response as a believer in suffering? I think this